Identification of individual animals is important for proof of ownership, individual verification, and record-keeping purposes. There are two forms of identification of individuals, permanent and non-permanent identifiers. Non-permanent identifiers would include ear tagging, vaccination tagging, and freeze branding. Although useful for management purposes, non-permanent forms of ID are not acceptable forms of ID verification. For proof of ownership and individual verification, such as in the case of registered seed stock, require a permanent form of ID that cannot be lost, altered, or removed. Historically, permanent identification of animals would include hot branding. Nowadays, however, hot branding is largely confined to the western states. In states where no hot brand laws exist, hot branding is frowned upon or downright illegal because no brand registry exists, thus creating confusion or worse. An alternative form of permanent identification for animals is tattooing the animal with registered codes. A tattoo, generally placed in the ear of beef cattle, can be used to identify the animal, even if non-permanent forms of ID such as ear tags or bangs tags fall out or are removed. Today we are going to demonstrate the process of tattooing a registered breeding heifer. The process starts by making sure you have the tools to properly and safely administer a tattoo ID marker. This will include tattoo ink. Green is generally preferred because of its ability to color contrast the mark against other material found in the ear, such as dirt and other grime. Other tattoo ink colors are acceptable, but may be difficult to read as time goes on. An old toothbrush may be handy to apply the tattoo ink into the ear, and latex gloves or their equivalent is a must to avoid staining your hands with tattoo ink. Next, a tattooing pliers and tattoo punch kit will be needed to administer a legible, long-lasting tattoo. The tattooing pliers are an aluminum alloy pliers that hold the tattoo punches and allow adequate pressure to be applied to the punches to slightly penetrate the skin of the ear where tattoo ink can be rubbed in, leaving a permanent mark. The tattoo punch kit will contain the letters of the alphabet A through Z and the numbers 0 through 9. A bottle of rubbing alcohol and a roll of paper towels will also be needed to properly clean the ear prior to administering the tattoo ink. Placement of the tattoo is critical to ensure a legible, long-lasting ID marker. In beef cattle, the tattoo should be placed in the upper rib of the ear, above the midrib but well below the upper ear line. Vaccination tattoos, such as bangs vaccinations, should be placed in the lower rib of the ear. Be sure that you do not accidentally tattoo on top of an existing tattoo. The tattoo should be placed on the outside of the non-permanent ear tag if one is present in the ear. Tattoos are generally placed in the right ear of the animal. However, this will depend on the type of ID you are applying, the breed association requirements, or what have you. Make sure you know the requirements before you begin tattooing animals. These are permanent marks and cannot be changed. Once the animal is properly restrained, the ear or ears that will be tattooed should be cleaned with rubbing alcohol and a paper towel to remove dirt and other grime. Remember, the tattoo punched will slightly penetrate the skin, so cleanliness is important to avoid creating an unnecessary infection. Once the ear or ears are properly cleaned, tattoo ink should be applied in the upper rib of the ear where the tattoo punches will be administered. Make sure to coat the entire area liberally with ink to make sure all of the punches are applied in the ink. A toothbrush is a good tool to apply the ink to the ear. After the ink has been applied to the ear, set the proper number or letter combination punches in the pliers. Double and even triple checking that the correct digits are placed in the applicator. They are in the correct order, and they will be applied right side up in the ear. The tattoo pliers may be used over the top of the rib of the ear or from the bottom. Either is fine, just make sure the digit punches loaded in the pliers are facing the right way, lest your tattoo be applied upside down. Once the tattoo pliers are set, the punches can be set in the ear over the ink and squeezed firmly for 10 seconds. In this demonstration, a tattoo is being applied in each ear of the animal. The individual animal code is in the right ear and the ranch ID in the left ear per Red Angus Association of America rules. It is not necessary to apply both tattoos at the same time, but it is handy and goes a lot faster if you have enough people to do so. Once the tattoo punches have been applied firmly for 10 seconds, remove the pliers and immediately rub ink into the entire tattoo, marking using the aforementioned toothbrush. Now that the tattoo has been properly applied, the restraints can be removed from the animal and the animal can be safely released from the chute. This video has been brought to you by the University of Minnesota Extension Beef Team. Thanks for watching.